Few parts of the human body spark as much fascination, confusion, and debate as the female nipple. Though small in form, it carries tremendous cultural and emotional weight. Depending on context, it is misunderstood, sexualized, or hidden altogether. Yet beneath this noise lies a deeper reality. The nipple is biologically vital, neurologically rich, and psychologically significant in ways that most people rarely pause to reflect on. At its foundation, the nipple serves an evolutionary role that is far greater than any cultural interpretation. During pregnancy and after childbirth, it becomes the essential channel for nourishing new life. This alone defines its importance. But the nipple is more than a means of feeding. The surrounding areola is dense with nerve endings and smooth muscle fibers, which make it highly responsive to touch, temperature, and even emotional states. It reflects the body's hormonal shifts and is intimately linked to feelings of closeness and connection. Yet, if both men and women have nipples, why does society respond so differently to them? This brings us to perception. A man's bare chest is easily accepted, displayed openly at beaches, in media, and even in advertisements. A woman's nipple, by contrast, often faces censorship, criticism, or scandal. The anatomy is identical, but the meaning we attach to it is not. This contrast has little to do with biology and everything to do with cultural conditioning. In many societies, strict modesty codes cast the female body as provocative or forbidden, which fuels sexualization, even of its most natural aspects. Yet other cultures, including many indigenous communities, view the breast and nipple without shame, treating them as ordinary parts of daily life. Research in psychology shows that our reactions to the body are learned, not instinctive. What is repeatedly portrayed as hidden or shameful becomes emotionally charged. In cultures where breasts are visible in everyday contexts and primarily associated with nourishment and comfort, there is little public tension. In cultures where the female chest is consistently blurred or restricted, even a brief glimpse can feel shocking. The surprise comes not from nature, but from learned association. Modern neuroscience has added a further layer of understanding. Studies show that stimulation of the nipple activates the same regions of the brain as genital stimulation. The somatosensory cortex, which processes physical touch, responds intensely in both cases, revealing the nipple's deep connection to pleasure and embodiment. For women, the nipple is not only a biological feature, but also a neurological gateway to emotional and sexual experience. This explains why stimulation can feel nurturing in one context and arousing in another. The nipple holds both maternal function and intimate pleasure. What may look like contradiction is in fact a reflection of human complexity. Yet rather than honoring that complexity, culture often distorts it. The result is confusion, insecurity, and shame, particularly for young women navigating mixed messages about their own bodies. The consequences reach far into mental health. When a body part is policed, censored, or sexualized without consent, women may develop body image struggles, anxiety, or even disconnect from their own anatomy. What should be natural becomes a source of tension. In contrast, honest conversations and inclusive education foster confidence, autonomy, and deeper comfort in one's own skin. What makes the situation remarkable is that the discomfort is never rooted in biology itself. The unease comes from silence, censorship, and cultural distortion. The path toward change lies in education and awareness. When the female body is viewed through the lens of science and psychology rather than through stigma, cultural norms shift toward balance, understanding, and equality. It is also important to recognize diversity in women's experiences. Sensitivity varies widely, with some finding nipple contact intensely pleasurable and others experiencing little to no stimulation. Hormonal shifts during menstruation, pregnancy, or menopause can alter these sensations as well. There is no single standard of normal. Learning to accept one's own responses without comparison is central to self-knowledge and well-being. The nipple has also become a focal point in debates around censorship and autonomy. Campaigns such as Free the Nipple emerged not to provoke, but to challenge the idea that something natural should be hidden or used as a marker of morality. These movements question why women's bodies are scrutinized more harshly than men's and seek to dismantle long-standing taboos. The issue is not visibility alone, but control. Who decides what is shown, and why is that decision given such power? On digital platforms, the contrast is glaring. A man's chest is permitted without issue, while a woman's nipple often leads to bans or content removal. Algorithms repeatedly flag female anatomy as inappropriate while allowing male anatomy without concern. This double standard is more than frustrating. It sends the message that women's bodies are inherently suspect, a belief that shapes how people view themselves and each other. Ultimately, the female nipple is not a symbol of scandal, but of how societies engage with femininity, biology, and human connection. It embodies care, pleasure, and identity. Reducing it to taboo strips away its meaning, while embracing it with knowledge and respect returns autonomy and dignity to women. Women's nipples are not mere details of anatomy. They signify nourishment, intimacy, and a misunderstood form of power. Their true importance lies in how we choose to understand them. They are neurologically profound, culturally misrepresented, and psychologically vital. The real surprise is not their existence, but the persistence of our collective misunderstanding. When shame is replaced by science, when censorship yields to dialogue, and when stigma gives way to awareness, we do more than reshape the narrative around the body. We move toward a society that honors women more fully,